Hi everybody, so welcome to week 5. So today we will talk about our lab session. In this week we will learn about how to creating real database. So this is our contents. We will talk about how to download the Linux image. Second thing is about how to download the virtual machine and set up it. And after that we will learn how to open the image through the visual machine, and we also learn the basic step of creating database. So this step actually we can implement it in any kind of the software, I mean the database software, since this is the basic step. But however, different software, of course we will have some kind of a little bit different things. And then the last one I will include the basic commands, I mean the basic Linux command in this slide. Okay, first of all you need to download the Linux image. So this is the link, the Linux image that we will use. Just straightforward, download, copy this URL to your browser and download the image. After that, you can download the virtual machine. In this case, you can use whether you want to use the VMware or VirtualBox. But I will choose the VirtualBox. So this is the link. If you want to prefer the VMware, you need to choose the top one, and then if you want to choose the VirtualBox, you can use the below. After we download the virtual machine, in this case we download the VirtualBox, we need to set up this. In this slide I will show you how to set up the virtual machine. First of all, you need to create the new button, and after that you need to fill up the form. You need to give the name of the operating system, and then you need to choose the virtual hard disk file. In this case, we need to select the virtual hard disk drive. The Linux image that have been downloaded before can be used as virtual hard disk. So after that, we can create. And then this is for students that prefer the VMware as their own virtual machine. This procedure just straightforward. We just open the VMware and then open the virtual machine, and then go to the file, the VMX file, and then open it through the VMware. After you open the Linux image, first of all you need to log in the Linux OS. You can use username admin and password as password. And after that, you need to open MySQL Workbench. In this lab session, we will use MySQL Workbench as our implementation. First of all, you need to click here, and after that you need to search the program MySQL Workbench, and then finally we can click here. After you open the program MySQL Workbench, you can start to create the database. In this case, we have the 5 basic steps how to create the database. First thing, we need to create the new connection. And after that, we can open the connection. Third one, we can create the database. The fourth, we can create the tables. So the tables will be inside the database. So all the data that you want to put inside data, you need to put inside the table. For example, for the data student data, the personal information of the student, you can create the specific table into that area. And for example, you want to create the information to store the canvas information, for example, canvas account information, you can create the specific table in order to store that kind of the information. After you create the table, different like one or two table, and then finally you can create the relationship between them. This we call as a table relationship. After this, I will show you how to open and how to do this step. So this basic command of the Linux, that I think you can use it. Okay, so that's all for the slide presentation. So after this, I will show you how to create the database by using 5 different steps. After we open the Linux image, so this is the Linux image that we have open, and then we need to, of course, we need to open the program MySQL Workbench. At first, we need to create the new connection. In this case, I will use a CONN as our new connection, and then we need to test it. And then I will find the connection that I have been created before and open it. So in this thing, I will create the first thing. I will create the database first. So this is the coding how to create the database. The source code of the SQL things, you can refer to the WW3 school. There's a lot of the sample there of source code that we can use to create the database. After that, you need to click the button and then refresh. And after that, you can see the new database that we have been created. So this is the new database. After create the new database, we need to create the table. So in this case, I will give the example how to create the database by using the GUI. Actually, there is two technique how to create the database. First thing by using GUI, the second thing by using the source code. So the first part I will show you this part I will show you how to create the database by using the GUI, graphic user interface. So this is the table that we will create. I will create the room table, and then the second one is the I forgot the second one, but the first one is a room table. Never mind, we just go through this video first. I create a table and then I need to fill up what kind of attribute that I want to put in the tables. So in this case, I specify room number as the primary key. PK stands for primary key. I put side by side so easier for me to handle the information, because I'm implement this thing by using my laptop. So my laptop just got a small screen only, so it's hard for me to copy paste the important things, the information is into the database. So that's why I need to put it side by side. After I fill up the information about the table, I'll just straight away click apply, and then click OK, OK, OK. And after that, you can see I refresh the schema, I mean the database part, so we can see the new table has been appear in this option. So in this time, I will create the under the tables, which is a second table. In the second table, I will create the customer feedback. So in this case, I will choose comment that as primary key. So in this table, I will choose room number as our foreign key. Next, we will create foreign key. As I mentioned before, I will choose room number as our foreign key in this table. This is how I specify this row number as our primary key. And then I just click apply and it will execute the SQL statement. Okay, now we will move to the second video. This is how I can uh, show this thing, put this thing and display as our ERD diagram. In this case, I will choose a reverse engineer database. Click the database that we want to display as a ERD. So here we can see the ERD that has been generated. So easy. Okay, now I will show you how to create the database from by using a source code. Actually, it's same thing with the previously. The different things, the previous one, we create the database by using uh, GUI method. I mean, graphic user interface, which is we can click here, click, and then. But in this case, we will create it by using source code, totally source code. So this is the source code that I will use. In order to design the source code, we can refer directly to the www3 school. After create the database and the table, we can display it in our ERD. So here I want to find the reverse engineer option. The reverse engineer option to convert all this thing and display it as a ERD display. Now finally, I can create and display it as ERD by using the SQL source code. So I think that's all. I hope you can try it, the lab assessment, and then I hope you can submit it in the next week. If you have any problem, just contact me in the Microsoft team or discuss it and raise it in the question in the Canvas discussion. Okay, I think that's all and then I hope you enjoy this PKP and thank you.